Here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get thread onto a bobbin. The thread that's on the bobbin comes in the base of the machine here, and that's going to be the thread that's on the underside of our fabric. So when you're choosing a color, choose the color that you want coming on the underside of your fabric. Before you get started, make sure you have an empty plastic bobbin, and again, the thread that you want to fill it with. We're going to end up wrapping thread all around this piece right here. So it looks something like this. That's going to be our end result. So the first step in getting thread onto your bobbin is actually getting the thread loaded on the machine correctly. So first you're going to put your thread on the thread holder at the back of the machine. You're then going to bring your thread following the dashed diagram on the top. Don't worry about the solid line, we'll talk about that in a different video. You right now need to only be focusing on the dashed diagram. So we're gonna bring our thread over. Just like this diagram, we're gonna loop behind this metal hook. We're gonna come in front of the circle, loop back around the circle, and come over. So do you see how my metal piece over there on the left looks just like the diagram? Awesome. Right now I'm just kind of holding this thread. You can actually let it go for a second because we now need to put our thread up inside the bobbin. All right, so the way that you do that is you take your bobbin and you take your thread. This takes some attention to detail for sure. But you're going to actually put your thread from the middle side. If we're calling this area right here the middle, you're going to put your thread from the middle up to the top so that it looks like, looks like this. So again, it's from the middle here up to the top. It is not coming through the bottom at all. I'll show you again. To do this correctly, to load your bobbin correctly and avoid jams, you come from the middle and poke it up towards the top. Then you're gonna kind of pull it with your finger, and any loose thread is gonna come all the way through. And then we're gonna take this bobbin and push it down on that knob right there. Notice I'm holding this thread kind of out to the side. All right. Our machine's ready over here. Again, we followed that dash diagram and it's coming over. You want to make sure that there's no loose thread tangled underneath your thread over here, and that nothing is looped around the base of your bobbin, but it's just coming over perfect like that. So now you need to make sure that your machine is turned on, which is located on the right-hand side. You're gonna move that toggle in the upright position right there. And now you're going to push your bobbin holder over to the right. That's very important that it's in this position and not over to the left, because that position is for actually using the sewing machine to sew. This position is what you need for threading your bobbin. So now I'm going to slowly put my foot on the pedal, which is below my desk. I'm going to get in a comfortable position. I have my foot slowly on the pedal. I'm not pushing down yet. I'm gonna hold this piece of thread off to the side over here so that it doesn't get tangled. And I'm going to slowly press down on the pedal. As you can see, the thread is starting to load onto the bobbin. I'm going to continue holding this piece out to the side so it doesn't get jammed, and you can continue pressing down. Continue until your bobbin is maybe a quarter or half the way filled. Just depends on how much you need for your project. That should be enough. Now, always move the bobbin back over so that the person who uses the machine after you isn't confused. You pick the bobbin up And you bring it over to this side of the machine, and you're gonna use this awesome thread cutter. You're gonna hold your thread taut and push it down, and then it cuts it. You can also cut the excess thread that was from the top side of your bobbin from before. Awesome. So now you have this great, fully loaded bobbin. You can now move on to the next video where you will learn how to use it. Before you leave your machine, make sure that you take your thread out from where we threaded it in the machine. You don't want to have any students after you get confused. And if you're done with this thread, make sure to take it, put it back in our handy dandy basket, turn your machine off if you're finished, or move to the next video to learn more. Good job, guys.